is that makes them so dangerous is they're aware of their pathology and then they use that pathology to go after the rest of us. It would be like someone who had bubonic plague and got a kick out of like breathing their germs on others.
Well, I mean, what is kind of the chronology of dealing with a psychopath? I mean, how do they find a way to kind of infiltrate your life, and then and where might it go from there?
Well, the first thing is they'll identify you as a potential target. Suppose that could be anything. You could be good looking, you could have a bit of money, you could just be something as simple as having a place for them to live because they've nowhere to live and don't want to pay rent. The first thing they'll do is they'll have a whole range of targets that they'll be potential targets they'll be checking out, and then they will find the one that gives them the best benefits with the least amount of work because they're fundamentally lazy. And suppose, you were a woman who, say, just divorced or you've just been widowed. Well, you'd be very tempted to a male psychopath because, first of all, you'd be lonely and you would have a place to live and it may even be an insurance payoff. So there he's looking at three things: money, sex, and a roof over his head. And he would then start to engage this person as a friend at first and start to know her triggers. He may find out that their husband died of cancer and he'll probably make up a story about, oh, my mother died of cancer, my sister died of cancer, I nursed them on their deathbed. He may find out that she's an environmentalist and he'll show up, pretending he's like a big fan of Al Gore and how much he cares about the environment. He will find the things that you're into and the things that you believe in, and then he or upon that, and they will look for aspects in your life that are missing. If you didn't have a father figure when you were growing up, they will become that father figure. If you didn't have if you had an unfulfilling sex life with your present partner or your last partner, they will be everything you ever wanted in the bedroom, and things like that. And they will also flatter you. They will do things like flattery. If you're insecure about your looks, say you're a little bit overweight, they'll tell you that you're absolutely stunning and beautiful, and it's all a lie. It's all to get you to break down your guard and trust them. And once they're in there, it's almost like they bore into your psyche, and eventually they begin to starting to replace your personality with theirs. Ultimately, you will become a sort of a mind control slave in the personal sense, in terms of your own intellect and psyche, until they'll start doing things like changing your sense of reality around you, lying when you know that what they're saying is not true, but they'll say it in such a way you'll start to doubt your own sanity. This is called gaslighting. They will do all kinds of things to project their own problems upon you, and they will confuse, distort, and eventually you won't know the difference between black, white, day or night, and you become the kind of dependent on them. And when it reaches that stage, you're then a slave.